private syndicate lake. So, basically what I'm trying to paint a picture in your minds is here is I'm not just a carp angler that fishes one type of venue. I've fished an awful lot of venues, and I'd have to say that if there's anything I can say to anybody about if you want to be a successful carp angler, don't just fish one water, fish lots of different waters, because it teaches you so much about fish. That's 1996, fishing in the World Carp Cup with my old mate Rob Hughes. So I've done a bit of match fishing as well, and I've also worked within the trade for quite a few years as well. I started working in a tackle shop in 1987 when I was about 17 years old. I caught my first carp in 1980, but I don't think I actually became a proper carp angler until the late 80s. And one of my carping idols, besides Jules, who I have to say this guy, when I was a young kid getting into the trade, I wrote a letter to him asking advice. He is the most sincere person within carp fishing that you'll ever come across. He's not arrogant like some guys.
An 8, which was sharp, but when you went down to a 10 or a 12, that hook was so pin sharp, I only had to touch the carp's mouth and it was hooked. And people even today now saying, I never use anything smaller than a 4, and they go, ooh, a 4, well, can't see that. And I say, so you think they'll see a 4 and they won't see a 6? Oh no, they don't see 6s. So we look in the edge and generally it's weedy, and you chuck a hook in, you lost it. I don't care whether it's a 2 or a 4. Carp do not see hooks generally and do not recognise the difference between a 4, a 5 or a 6. The sharper a hook is, the better. In the olden days, you couldn't get away with using 4s with a standard size ledge. You had to use a big leg to pull it home. But nowadays, that's a size 4 hook. I just simply touch that hook, and that's a sharpened hook. As they come out of the packet, hooks are sharp. When people call it hook sharpening, it's not hook sharpening, it's hook fining down. The finer the hook point, the easier it goes into the carp's mouth. And hook sharpness is the most important thing to me above location. Hooks are, in effect, the tyre on your car. So Lewis Hamilton, or whoever your favourite driver is, he can have the best car in the world, but believe you me, when those tyres are done, they're done. It doesn't matter how good he is, doesn't matter how good the aerodynamics are, the tyres are the contact patch between the car and the road. And when that tyre's done, it's done. The contact patch between you and your car, don't matter how good scope rods are, don't matter how good your bivvy is, don't matter how good your toaster is, the only thing that goes in that carp's mouth is that hook point. And you can have the best gear in the world, if that hook point's over, or that hook point's not sharp, you are wasting your time. That is the most important thing, that hook point. As hooks come, they come like that. Now, when you look at a hook in your hand, all hooks feel sharp because all you're feeling is the point. When you feel a hook point, that's all you're feeling, the point. So the point of a really sharpened hook and the point of a hook out the packet feel pretty similar because you're just feeling the top of it. So they all feel sharp when you first touch them. And unless you've got super eyesight, they all look sharp when you get them. And how many people actually use a hook, an eyeglass? Very few people do. They feel the hook on the finger, they go, oh, that's sharp.